Hello friends, Namaskar. Myself is Dr. Dinesh Soni. I am a corporate lawyer. Prevention of Money Laundering Act is one of the most important subject of corporate lawyering. The basic problem comes to client concerning the PMLA is that the concerned ED officials might arrest them as per the protocol of section 19 of PMLA, and they are not willing to be arrested, and that's why the only option available to them is to move for anticipatory bail. But the primary question arises whether, without knowing the proper legal compliances, is it justified to move for anticipatory bail? I think that answer would be negative. So, if you want to move for anticipatory bail with intention to secure your liberty, in that scenario, you have to enhance your information or knowledge on the subject. Because without knowing the law, moving in a wrong direction is a foolish act. So basically, we have to update our information to work out effectively in case we are having a legal trouble on board. So at inception, we will discuss the basic problem. The problem is whether ED can arrest the accused as per section 19 of PMLA. PMLA means Prevention of Money Laundering Act. If the special court has taken cognizance and summoned the accused. The important judgment on the said problem is given by Honorable Supreme Court recently. That is Vijay Khetan, not Vijay, it is Vijay Khetan versus ED. SLP number is 8325/2024. Judgment is pronounced by Honorable Supreme Court of India. In that case, the facts are that the concerned accused was a public servant, and ultimately, by the concerned agency, he was charged for the criminal misconduct. The prime allegation of agency was that he and his member of family are entirely indulged in the activity of Benami transaction, and that's why the concerned public servant is having the assets, but they are disproportionate to his known source of income. We entirely summoned him, but he totally failed to give the explanation. And apart from that, he has committed the serious crime and inter alia having the disproportionate assets of rupees 5 crores or more. And that's why he is liable to be prosecuted as per the protocol of section 13 subclause 1 subclause A of PC8. As we know that Prevention of Corruption Act is a scheduled offence as per the protocol of PMLA, and that's why matter had been taken up by the concerned ED. While doing the investigation, accused was not arrested as per protocol of section 19 of PMLA. Finally, complaint was filed before a special court as per the protocol of section 3, 4 and 44 of PMLA. Finally, cognizance has been taken and accused had been summoned. Accused was under apprehension that the concerned ED could arrest the accused as per section 19 of PMLA, and that's why he had submitted an anticipatory bail. But it was rejected by special court, even by Honorable High Court, and finally the matter was brought before the Honorable Supreme Court for vindication of grievances. It was submitted that the concerned ED cannot arrest the accused as per section 19 of PMLA because the matter is under cognizance of a special court, and apart from that, the court has taken the cognizance and summoned the accused. And that's why accused deserve the liberty of bail, but on various grounds which are totally illogical, the concerned sessions court rejected the bail application, and the view had been approved by Honorable High Court as well. He submitted that the view had been approved by Honorable Supreme Court in judgment of Tarsim Lal versus ED, which says that ED cannot arrest the accused as per section 19 of PMLA once a special court has taken the cognizance and summoned the accused. Looking to the facts and circumstances, Honorable Supreme Court inter alia granted the anticipatory bail, and finally it is made absolute. The primary key to be noted is that the power of arrest is one thing and its justification for exercise should be on record. We are having important judgment of Honorable Supreme Court named as Siddharth versus State of UP. In that case, it is specified that arrest cannot be done in the routine manner as it affects the liberty of the concerned accused. Wrong arrest may cause mental agony or panic to the concerned accused. And apart from that, we have to emphasize on section 35 of BNSS, in which it is submitted that the arrest could be done when the concerned accused is not going to cooperate. When the concerned accused is going to tamper the evidences, it is going to cause the disappearance of evidences, and apart from that, there is a possibility of him to flee from justice. But to justify each and everything, the reasons with corroborations must be on record. If the concerned reasons are not recorded and the concerned proceeding are in mechanical manner, in that scenario, adverse inference can be drawn against the concerned authority, and even they might be subjected towards the proceeding as per law. So, with the help of present judgment, we could say that if during the course of investigation under PMLA, we are not arrested by ED, and finally a complaint was filed before the special court, and the special court has taken the cognizance and inter alia summoned us. In that scenario, during the course of service of someone, the ED could not arrest us as per the protocol of section 19 of PMLA, and apart from that, we deserves the remedy of bail as per law. And for this, we can rely on two judgments named as Bijay Khetan versus ED and Tarsim Lal versus ED. So I think that I am totally able to cause all of you to understand the basic concept of section 19 of PMLA, and apart from that, now you are having the proper information or update concerning the said problem. So in case you are having any trouble of such type, you may easily contest the same without getting any worry or panic. See you in the next video. Till then, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.